Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2019-2020 induction ceremony for the National Junior Honor Society of South Scranton Intermediate School. I am Mr. McGuire, moderator of the National Junior Honor Society. This is our 76th ceremony, but our first virtual ceremony. It saddens me that we cannot celebrate the achievements of this fine group of 8th grade students in person. The closure of our brick and mortar institutions will not stop us, though, from honoring these inductees. The students we honor have been given a very unfortunate set of circumstances to finish their 8th grade school year. Despite this, they will persevere. They will thrive. They will carry on to do great and wonderful things. They have learned many lessons here at South Scranton Intermediate School. The faculty, staff, and administration know that they will succeed outside of the halls of South Scranton. In order to be inducted into the National Junior Honor Society, students must maintain an average of 89.5 or higher. I can attest that all of these students have done so. However, there are other characteristics that allow you to be a part of the National Junior Honor Society. Character, leadership, citizenship, and service all play a role in these students being a part of this organization. Our students have demonstrated this and more. It brings me great joy to welcome this year's inductees into the National Junior Honor Society. Our students accomplish much more than just in the classroom, though. In this group, we have representatives from the following: Community Service Club, Cross Country, Track and Field, Softball, Baseball, Basketball, Swimming, Wrestling, the Educational Talent Search Program, Newspaper, Art Club, Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science, Literary Magazine, STEM, Yearbook, Peer Tutors, and many more activities. Before we move on with our ceremony, I would like to thank the following people: Mr. Gilroy, Mr. Lally, the faculty and staff of South Scranton Intermediate School and all the work that they put in, Ms. Roach for editing any speeches that were submitted to her, Mrs. Julie Ferguson, who would have performed if we were in person tonight, the Scranton School District IT Department for putting this virtual ceremony together. I would also like to thank Jenna, Alex, Jade, Emma, and Britton for the work that they have done in putting this virtual ceremony together and putting up with my countless emails. And most importantly, parents, guardians, and family members who are watching, thank you for the work that you have done in helping your child get to this. Or children, Lewis triplets, please continue asking questions and keeping on your child or children for the work that they are doing. You deserve credit for this night and ceremony just as well. I will leave you with two thoughts. I wish you all well and congratulations on this accomplishment. Your futures are all bright. The second is, I hope later this summer we can all gather and celebrate in person to celebrate proper. I will keep you up to date on that as we are continually informed on what is going on. The next part of our ceremony will be the top 5 academic students who will be speaking about the characteristics of the National Junior Honor Society. Our first speaker will be Jenna Lewis, top academic student in the class of 2019-2020. She will speak to you about scholarship.
Hello, students and families. Although this is not the ceremony we expected to have, I am honored to speak before you. I have lit this gold candle that represents the first of 5 principles in the National Junior Honor Society, which is scholarship. The color gold represents many things. It can be taken at its literal meaning, which is the yellow metal worth a great deal of money. Gold is also something considered to be precious, beautiful, or of the most superior quality. The bottom line is that gold is very valuable. Every scholar here has put great value into his or her schoolwork. All National Junior Honor Society members must obtain certain academic standards. It is required that we have a high grade point average each and every quarter. This is only achieved with the hard work and dedication of a scholar. Yet, above all, we uphold the quality of positive behavior. This applies both in the classroom and out of school. My classmates and I put value in ourselves first. Some may define scholarship as academic study or achievement or learning at a high level. However, I believe that it holds a much deeper meaning. Scholarship is the quality, activities, attainments, or character of a scholar. A scholar is selfless and kind, helping others when he or she can. A scholar is involved in his or her own community and works hard to achieve goals. A scholar has self-dignity and respect towards all the tasks he or she has accomplished. Most importantly, scholars go on to achieve great things. I am proud to call my fellow classmates and myself a scholar. Wherever we may go next year, whether that be West Scranton or Scranton High Schools, I'm confident we will take what we have learned here at South Intermediate with us. We've been through a lot together, and we will never forget the memories we have made. We've all learned and matured so much over these past 3 years, and I'm excited to see what our futures hold. Lastly, I want to encourage all of you. Never give up. Your journey is only getting started. I know that these next few years may be filled with worries and anxiety, but we will get through it. Our teachers here at South have ensured that we will succeed during high school. I am grateful for all of their efforts in making us better students. I recognize that we can do anything as the scholars we have all come to be. Aim high, because you can and will do whatever you set your mind to. Next, speaking about leadership, is this your salutatorian and good friend of mine, Alexander King.
Good afternoon, administrators, teachers, families, and all students that are being inducted into the National Junior Honor Society with me. I would like to take a moment to say how grateful I am to be able to speak to all of the people that got me this far in the past 3 years that I have attended South. Without the help and support of my family, my teachers, and my fellow classmates to help me become both the student and the person I am today, I would not be speaking to all of you. Today, I will be speaking to you all about leadership, one of the 5 major characteristics that each student being inducted into the National Junior Honor Society possesses, which is represented by the purple candle. Oftentimes, when people think of a leader, they think of someone that leads a group or organization. But throughout my last 3 years at South, I now recognize that a leader is much more than that. I have learned that a leader is someone who sets an example for others around them. Not only have I learned what a true leader is, but I have become one myself. When I came to South for 6th grade orientation, I thought that I would never be able to find my way around the huge school. I was so intimidated by this building. The 8th graders that year led our orientation and acted as leaders for us. Now I have become one of those leaders for students at South. As a leader at South, I realized that I was always setting an example for others around me. Through my years at this school, I always tried to be a leader that my fellow classmates would look to for guidance. When you are a leader, you have to always do what you think is right, even if it is hard sometimes. Whether it was participating in class, respecting my teachers and classmates, helping another student with their work that does not understand it, or being extra friendly to students that I would not normally talk to, being a leader is leading others by example. If you spread kindness, respect, and leadership, others around you will too. I have gained leadership skills by joining many clubs at South. Through the years, I have learned that to be a leader, you must not always be in charge or be the center of attention to lead people. I have learned that we must sometimes listen to others' ideas in order to become better leaders. My fellow classmates have helped me recognize this. To my classmates and teachers, I am truly devastated that we could not have spent our last few months at South together. Though it is very sad that we can't be together, the health and safety of people all around the world is what's most important. During a time like this, leadership is one of the most important things. In time of crisis, we not only need leaders to look to for guidance, but we also have to be leaders ourselves, for others to look to. When people look for leadership during a time like this, they would probably look at the president, governors, or government officials. We must also be leaders by following restrictions put in place by these people. We are able to lead people by doing the right thing during this global pandemic. We can encourage people to do the right thing by doing the right thing ourselves. During a time of crisis, people often panic and don't know what to do. But by staying calm and following restrictions put in place, we will get through this difficult time. We can get through this difficult time by being leaders and looking to other leaders for guidance and direction. I hope all families, students, faculty, and staff at South stay safe and healthy during this unprecedented time. Before introducing the next speaker, I would like to thank two very important people that have played a very important role in my journey at South. The first person I would like to thank is Miss Miller, a science teacher here at South. Although I never had you in class, you still made a great impact on my journey at the school. I am so grateful to have joined the Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science, a club at South led by you. When I joined PJS, I never realized how much of an impact you would have on me. You stayed after school for hours every day, making sure each student had a perfect project. You would allow me in your classroom during your free periods, and you would help me make my project perfect. You always did everything you could to make sure everyone was doing the best that they could. You helped me to develop a great work ethic and time management. You also helped me outside of PJS. Whenever I had a science test or quiz and I needed help with something on it, I would know that your doors were always open to answer any questions I had. Also, you would always be proud of me whenever I got a good grade on my science or math. You also never failed to put a smile on my face. We would always end up laughing at our PJS meetings. This year, you were one of the top 12 finalists for Teacher of the Year in Pennsylvania. I was so happy that you finally got recognized for your devotion to your students. Although you didn't come in first place for Teacher of the Year, you are definitely the Teacher of the Year in my books. Without your help, I would not have become the student and person I am today. The other person I would like to thank is my mother. Without you, I would not be talking to all of you today. You have taught me to be independent. You have taught me a strong work ethic, how to stand up for myself and what I believe in, and so many other lessons. Although it may not seem like it sometimes, I cannot put into words how grateful I am for everything you do for my sisters and I. I would not have half the opportunities I have had without you and your support. Although you may be hard on me a lot of times, without you always pushing me to be the best I possibly can, I would not be a leader. I would not be speaking to all of you today, and I would not be the person I am today. There is so much more I can say about how much you have helped me get here, but I'm going to leave it at this. Thank you for being the best role model, mother, teacher, and the strongest woman I know. I can only hope to be half the amazing person you are one day. With that said, I would like to introduce the next speaker, Jay Lewis. She will talk to you about citizenship.
Welcome, fellow graduates, faculty, parents, and guests. I would first like to thank my dedicated teachers who have taught me for the past 3 years at South Scranton Intermediate. I would also like to thank my parents, siblings, family, and others for their endless support during my time here. This green candle which I have lit embodies one of the requirements for National Junior Honor Society, character. Character could be defined as moral or ethical quality and could be represented by the following: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Your character is revealed by how you treat those around you. Our 2020 graduating class has overcome many obstacles this year. We were able to conquer these challenges because of the impeccable character of our class. I remember when I heard the news that our rival school, Northeast Intermediate, would be relocated into our building. There was a lot of uncertainty the first day they were welcomed. However, all of that anxiety washed away when our 8th grade class witnessed the smiles on their faces when we greeted them. As I looked around at my fellow classmates and the Northeast students, I felt a sense of unity and compassion. I feel that this is when I truly felt my character. My experiences at South Scranton Intermediate have left a strong impression on my nature. When I look back on our first day of middle school, I am astonished by how much we have grown and transformed. It has been a journey with many unexpected bumps in the road, but those bumps in the road, like the coronavirus, are the moments that define us and shape our character into the people we are today. I thank you for your time, and I wish the very best for my fellow graduates as they continue on their academic career. I would now like to introduce Emma Grippo, who will speak to you on citizenship.
Former President Barack Obama once said, "American citizenship captures the enduring idea that this country only works when we accept certain obligations to one another and to future generations." The graduating class of 2020 has shown true acts of citizenship to help both our school and the community around us. One example of how South Scranton Intermediate students showcased their citizenship was when we were told that 450 new students would be sharing our building. Instead of complaining, a large group of 8th grade students gathered together to help collect donations for the incoming Northeast Intermediate School students after asbestos forced their school to shut down. A numerous amount of supplies were donated throughout the district. Other students used their artistic and creative abilities to create posters that were hung around South. Still others formed a welcoming tunnel of chants and cheers the first day. These acts of kindness showed the true spirit of the citizens that make up our community and helped South's student body welcome Northeast with open arms. Our job as students is to play our part as citizens and help others in need, creating an overall positive environment. The Community Service Club, run by Mrs. D'Angelo, has provided many helpful and generous acts to help the community. The students involved in the club have dedicated their time to contribute service to those in need. As we leave middle school and move on to high school, we will take with us the knowledge and understanding of what it means to belong, to be citizens of a special community. We will incorporate the lessons that we've learned here into our next chapter. Just like the flame from the blue candle, our duties as citizens will continue to burn in us and allow us to blaze a trail to improve our community and our country. Although this year is not how we all thought it would end, thanks to the support and encouragement from the staff at South, we have all continued to stay strong and work together to do our best to finish the year off on a high note. I would like to thank my teachers, my parents, and my family who helped and supported me achieving my goals over the past 3 years. I could not have done this without your advice, wisdom, and guidance. Congratulations to my fellow peers for receiving top 5. I would now like to introduce Britton Banal, who will speak to you about service.
Service is providing aid or help to others. This red candle next to me represents service. Whether or not you realize it, you help others every day. Although maybe as simple as helping prepare something for a meal, you are still helping and serving someone else. Service is done for the betterment of others and for the betterment of our world. People dedicate their lives to service. Police officers, medical personnel, members of the fire department, etc. provide service to others at their own risk every day. As dangerous as their job may be, they still do it as it makes a difference for everyone else. Postal workers and delivery men and women work through all weather and situations to deliver packages and mail. People serve each other every day. Through the COVID-19 pandemic, things have majorly changed. What we knew as normal is no longer normal. But even with the dangerous conditions, services are still being provided every day to keep our world moving in the right direction. Medical personnel and scientists are working around the clock to find a vaccine for COVID-19 and to protect and save others from it. Not only are they working around the clock, but many others are too. Store workers come in contact with people every day at their own risk to assure everyone gets the necessary supplies they need. To some, these may just seem like normal people doing their normal everyday job. But these people are serving others every day through the dangerous conditions, much more than just their normal job. However, service is not restricted to adults. Students go above and beyond what they are asked to do to help and serve others all the time. For example, I came up with and organized the donation program for students from Northeast Intermediate School during the rough transition from their home. South Scranton Intermediate came together overnight and collected enough supplies to fill a large cabinet. Within a matter of 2 weeks, the back of a classroom was filled to the brim with enough supplies to last the rest of the year, if not longer. People as far as Florida sent its supplies, and major companies like Staples donated tubs full. Each and every person that donated made a difference that allowed students and teachers to continue their education and feel more comfortable during a transition that I cannot imagine during myself. As a scout of Troop 16 in Scranton, it is my goal to serve others whenever possible. You should make this a goal of yours too. Serving others makes a difference and causes change. The world will only be what we make it. We should continue to build and maintain a world centered around service to others and kindness, compared to a world centered around selfishness and personal gain. President Barack Obama once stated, "We need to keep making our streets safer and our criminal justice system fairer, our homeland more secure, and our world more peaceful and sustainable for the next generation." As the Scout Oath states, to help other people at all times. No matter what you are doing, how busy you are, serving others should be a goal of yours too. Each and every member of the National Junior Honor Society has provided at least 10 hours of service to others and to our community. Congratulations to all of my fellow members of the South Scranton Intermediate National Junior Honor Society on this major accomplishment. Service to others shows who you are. As President John F. Kennedy once stated, one person can make a difference, and everyone should try. Thank you.
I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school, and I will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, character, service, and citizenship.